the day that we decided that we wanted to leave and move away.
We knew what we were looking for, but had a very hard time finding it. Whenever we used the terms solar passive or energy efficient, expensive was always the answer.
Despite this assumption, we were determined to make our project work, so we took matters into our own hands. Why not customize? Why not make the house of our dreams? And why not make most of it ourselves?
Watch us as we take on a challenge of building our homemade home. There is always a chance of getting a few bad apples in the bushel. Our excavator was one of them. He had made it clear he did not approve of our foundation crew choice. He wanted us to take his uncle's company instead. But luckily for us, we were the contractors with the final word. Coffrage Interestrie is a company founded between husband and wife. Jean-Marc Gaudreau and Hélène are two very down-to-earth individuals. Hélène was of help to me from the start through our telephone conversations. It was evident they would be part of our crew. Jean-Marc's crew arrived at 6:30 a.m. the next morning. We had accumulated a lot of water from the previous day's downpour. Tristan and Evan were signed up for summer camp for 8 a.m. Because Interestrie started so early, they got to witness the arrival of the big pump and cement trucks. The making of the foundation frame is impressive to see. The word coffrage comes from coffre, which means chest or trunk in English. While watching the crew work, there's no wonder how that name came about. The walls erected look like a medieval chest with heavy cast iron hinges. There's the wall. It's quite impressive. This is basically where our house is going to be. So as you can see behind me, the foundation is done. So we're one step closer to our finished product, which is our dream house. Tomorrow we're going to be starting the tar, laying out the tar, which is basically thick tar on all the little knobs and rods that are holding up the foundation, making it really sturdy. We're going to be laying that really all the way around and on the interior. I'm going to have to get a ladder from one of our kind neighbors. And so once that's dry, we're going to be using painter rollers and rolling out this thinner tar on all the perimeter of the foundation, basically cutting the humidity so the humidity doesn't penetrate the foundation. And so we're going to be doing that in the next few days. Oh yeah, and then we're going to be doing some styrofoam, laying some styrofoam to cut the thermal bridge on the foundation as well. The drain for all the plumbing. And there's the well. The well is basically going to go through a trench all the way to the stake over there.
One of the things we got to do ourselves, now the foundation has been poured and dried is to knock these out. The best way to do it so far that I've learned is to use the side of your hammer. So I'll give you an example. It's off. These little knobs have to come off.
Tristan, along with his new neighbor Mathieu, took up the challenge to remove all the protruding knobs on the interior of the foundation.
It's all finished.
Black tar time. So we have to put into all the holes to seal it after taking out the metal rods that you saw us doing the other day with the boys. And then after this we'll be applying the tar with a roller, which should probably be a faster job than this.
I'm about to paint this black tar onto the wall, so it's quite easy. It's actually quite an easy job. It's just really messy, and I'm kind of concerned with the environment with this oil spilling into the water around the house. But besides that, it's very easy to do. You don't really need much experience. It's pretty much like painting. You go up all the way to the line where your earth is going to be meeting the wall, and it's basically an extra layer of protection. We're all done. The wall is completed. So now for the next step. Here's a look that Mr. Serge Bernier shot me every 15 minutes or so, which meant we needed to dig further. After 4 hours and 220 feet deep later, we hit a main water vein.
We're now putting foam around the foundation to add extra insulation. It's R7.5. It's called ISO foam. Isolo foam. Anyway, it's going to give us even more insulation, keep the foundation from getting cold in the wintertime. And we have to put it all the way around.
Of sand trucks to fill the space in and around the foundation. We were originally quoted at 25 loads, when in fact it came up to 31. While getting the foundation filled, we had to think quickly if we wanted our electricity to run underground. This added up to an extra cost, but with an advantage of a lower emissivity of electromagnetic field. Having the electrical meter installed at a distance from our home made our interior space healthier for our children and ourselves. Compaction is necessary when building a slab, since the entire weight of a house bears down on it. If there were to be a shift in the sand below, that would compromise the solidity of our concrete. Normally compaction is done at every couple of feet of sand added, but our excavator did not follow this simple procedure. Fortunately for us, Mother Nature was on our side, and we had a heavy rain soon after the crew was finished. Nothing compacts better than water. The septic system was our last headache. We had followed our excavator's directives, ordering new percolation plans in order to get a system without a pump. But in the end, he went ahead and installed one anyways. Safe to say, I will never recommend him to anyone. in our series of homemade home. Thanks for watching.